When you walk down the street, they know me. Now, I probably won't even know half of the people's names around here, but they all know Miss Davis. Hey, baby. How you? You growing up? Did you pass this year? And that makes you feel so good to know that you are liked and the children knows who you are. How you doing, baby? We got good neighbors. I don't want to leave here. I'm just calling all Brookland Manor to come join the fight. It's a fight that we got to win, but I can't do it by myself.
Brookland Manor, it's one of the few last bastions of affordable housing in Washington, D.C. It's this way.
My name is Will Merrifield. I'm an attorney and I represent the Brookland Manor Brentwood Village Residents Association through the redevelopment process.
We're gonna go down to Downing Street because we never get to it when we're out here. The developer, Mid-City Financial, is proposing to demolish all 535 units on site. So they want to build a lot more density on that site. Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing, bro?
So what Mid-City did is they said, all right, we'll keep the Section 8 project-based contract, which is the 373 units, but we'll significantly reconfigure the bedroom sizes.
Thank you. Thanks, y'all. All right. Okay.
So we will eliminate family units and just have studios and one bedrooms for senior citizens. And then we can say we're keeping the affordable housing while we're getting rid of the families. What we're gonna do is have people come together on the 1st. So they're trying to move people around and get as many people off the property as they can, so they can just board everything up. And then they can demolish it and go in front of the zoning commission and say look, everybody's gone. They all just, moved. We're having a meeting on September 1st.
Okay.
And the meeting is gonna be about the barring notices, the notices of infraction, and just the general stuff that the security's been pulling out here.
Okay.
We think that the reason this is happening is because they're trying to clear out the property so when they knock it down, they don't have to bring people back.
I've been here for almost 27 years. I only known about these bar notices and infraction notices since they have been talking about tearing down the property.
Exactly.
And and bringing in the mixed community.
White people.
And I don't think it's fair. It's not fair to us.
Yeah, so I couldn't agree more. We don't think it's legal. So what we're going to talk about on the 1st is we're going to get people to lawyers if they're getting these notices and that they think they're bogus. But more importantly than the lawyers, because the lawyers are important, but they're not going to solve the ultimate issue, which is developers trying to push low-income people of color off this property. We need the tenants to get organized around this stuff. It's going to be a great meeting. It's going to be good.
I won't miss it for the world.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you next Thursday.
The address and the times are on that paper. So I want to make sure that people understood the goal of this meeting is 1, to show you legal support, 2, to have Christy and Dea run through how we're going to get trained up so we can win this thing.
Another thing that they do is they start to get security to harass you for things that just shouldn't and are not illegal.
If I'm sitting on the porch out there, I got a bad leg or I'm watching my granddaughter, they'll tell me to get up.
The reason that they're doing that, they're harassing people, is because they wanted to make it so just move. And what we're trying to do is stop that. You want to keep this affordable for everyone who needs it, and that means that you're going to support each other no matter what's occurring. If we don't keep this affordable, people are going to end up homeless. And I mean on the streets, in shelters, doubled and tripled up, And that's what's going to happen, because that's what has happened time and time and time again when we haven't fought redevelopment.
I plead the blood. There's healing in the blood. I plead the blood. It's a prayer protection. I plead the blood. It's a prayer provision.
My name is Mariana. I would like to stay in my apartment because I don't want to lose my friends and I miss them so much. And I just want my mother to come back and I want to see her. And I want my school to be not so trashy because our school, we don't barely learn.
When you go home, I want you to stream this and see yourselves and watch yourselves and show all your friends what you all did tonight. Most people don't watch this because they go to sleep
Some
on
of
it.
my friends don't trust me.
Oh. I have a few people like that too, but you can tell them that you were down here and you can prove it because you're streaming live, and there's a lot of people across the city right now who will actually watch us.
Cheryl Brunson. I've been living at Brooklyn Manor since 1994, and I am now raising my grandkids. My granddaughter, Mariana, who is 8 years old. When I first moved there, it was very family-oriented. In the last couple of years since they've started this redevelopment stuff, I've seen frustration on my neighbor's face, stress. Kids are stressed because they are being moved around the property from one place to another, not knowing where they will be moving to next. Some of the tactics they have used to push us off the property include the security guards. They harass people for things like leaning on the fence, stepping on the grass, standing at the bus stop waiting for their kids to get off the bus. They give us what they call notices of infraction for breaking what they say are rules. These are the kind of things that's going on at Brooklyn Manor when it comes down to us relocating and them trying to do the redevelopment. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Pues nosotros tenemos ya 4 años de vivir para los apartamentos Brooklyn.
I just want to say that we've been here for 4 years in the Brookland Manor apartments, and with the services that we received, we are very content. And so we're supporting because up till now they've treated us well and we don't have any problems, so thank you for listening.
Okay, Ms. Elliott.
Hello, my name is Minnie Elliott. I'm the president of Brooklyn Manor. Our community is part of us, and I'm so proud to see all my neighbors, surrounding areas, and everyone that believe in us. My thing is with Mid-City, it could be a win-win thing altogether. But Mid-City do not want to sit down with us to come up with a feasible way to keep our apartments and where we live, our community, and build it up. So my thing is that we could make this a win-win for all of us if we could sit down and work together as a community, and that's what communities are about. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Mr. Thomas, I think you can come back and we can do some rebuttal. Right here.
Okay, perfect. As noted in our opening statement, the Zoning Commission's review of this second stage PUD application is focused on a detailed site plan review of the project to determine its transportation management and mitigation requirements, the final building and landscape design materials, and compliance with the intent and purpose of the first stage order. As we've heard tonight, we will have that meeting with Ms. Elliott and her organization to address the issues that we've raised. But I think it's also important that we recognize that the first stage order for this application established the overall development envelope, the mixture of uses and unit sizes, the affordable housing requirements, and the compatibility of this first stage project with the comprehensive plan and other established policies of the District of Columbia. And we believe that those policies are fully satisfied and furthered with this stage 2 PUD application. We've heard everything you've said tonight. We will provide a robust and full post-hearing submission, and then we believe that this case will be ready for your approval. Thank you very much for your time and attention.
While we approved it the first time doesn't mean that some of the stuff that we approved from where I'm hearing is being honored. That's why some of the stuff I asked for today, I want to make sure that first stage is being honored. If not, then that's where we'll be at first stage as far as I'm concerned. So that's
I understand completely. Yep.
Okay. All right. Anything else, commissioners? So with that, I want to thank everyone for their participation tonight, and this hearing is adjourned.
My name is Yasmina. I'm an organizer with 1DC. I've been working with Brooklyn Manor tenants and the Residents Association. We're fighting Mid-City Financial. It's a developer that owns the property. They want to eliminate more affordable housing in a city that's in a crisis, in a city where 40,000 people are on the public housing waiting list. We want a redevelopment that includes families, that includes working class people, that does not push working class black people out of this city.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the public hearing of the Zoning Commission for the District of Columbia. Today's date is February 23rd, 2017.
An additional 173 units built outside the senior building?
131 units.
131 units. And of those units, what is the bedroom size breakdown?
We have 3 studios.
Okay.
61 bedrooms. 52 bedrooms.
Okay.
And 18 3-bedrooms.
Okay.
But we do have flexibility within the order to adjust those somewhat.
Okay. We now know from the Block 7 plan that 200 of the 373 total affordable units that will be created by the new plan are for senior citizens only. So the reason why I believe this line of questioning is vital for the commission to understand is that if there's a commitment, which there was at the first stage of the PUD, that no one be displaced by this project, we have to get underneath these numbers. If we know we have 373 units, 200 of them are going to be for seniors only, yet we still have this whole large swath of people still at Brooklyn Manor. How does this plan, which is how it was sold in the first stage as not displacing one single person who lives there at the commencement of redevelopment, how does that math work?
Thank you. And on that note, let's hear from some tenants. Ms. Dorothy Davis.
Good evening, everyone. We're going to tell the truth of what's going on. See, when you tell the truth, everything falls in place. Because the truth will set you free. And I don't know what they're going to do, but I know I'm not going anywhere. I know I'm not taking my family nowhere. But I'm not just fighting for my family. I fight for all the families that can't even get here today. Where are we going to be at in this city? Because we can't afford it. We love Brooklyn Manor. Our homes is there. We do not want to be on the street or wonder where we're going to be at in our next meal. Well, today they got to listen because we are not going anywhere. This is from Brooklyn Manor.
When we hold together,
when we hold together,
when we make ourselves strong,
we make ourselves strong.
Together we stay here,
Together we stay here,
right where we belong.
right where we belong.
We ain't gonna move,
We ain't gonna move,
we ain't gonna move.
we ain't gonna move. The landlord has trouble, the landlord has trouble, the landlord has woes, the landlord has woes. Maintenance costs money, maintenance costs money, everybody knows.
My name is Dr. Robert K. Johns. I'm Director of Community Relations with Mid-City Financial. Mid-City has a very long legacy for supportive housing, for affordable housing. Our vision at Mid-City, along with the vision of community, is actually uplifted to make this ward, to make this community, Brooklyn Manor and the Brentwood community, something that people as a destination. But when you're making it a destination, our vision is to make sure that we do not forget our current residents. We make sure that our residents are involved in this process and will remain here at this property within RIA, with the new development. And so the vision is to have that whole mixed income, mixed use with the for-sale townhomes, with the new amenities, with the new buildings, something that they deserve. And that we've heard from over 330 plus residents to say, this is what we want. And so we've heard and listened to what they want, and that's our vision, what we want to see happen. The concerns about security, what we did to address those concerns is security. We actually hired a new security force this past November, Capitol City Security. The idea about displacement, a lot of times, like people actually haven't realized, look into what we've given to in writing. The idea of displacement, no one will be displaced. That's something that's in writing. That's something that we've committed to in various stages of our approval process with zoning. It can be researched left and right, something that we've committed to. So no one displaced. The numbers, sometimes people get caught into the numbers, but the thing is we have exactly every family, every resident on this property here right now. They will be taken care of. They will be housed on this property. If they choose not to, that's, of course, their right. But we have committed to making sure that every family is housed here in appropriate unit size, no matter what. And that's what we committed to.
Well, I've been here like at 1345 for about over 20 years plus. Then here, moved here last year for a year. And now I'm moving again, you know, this year. This is the third time, you know. What you got? What is it, Mama?
The headphones I always wanted.
Mariana is 8, and all she speaks of is this neighborhood, and she spoke at the zoning. I think she broke the ice with Mr. Anthony Hood. I had nothing to do with that. I let Mariana's voice be heard whenever she wants to speak up and speak out. I want her to know that your voice means something, that you are somebody, and you have to let people know that whatever you're thinking and whatever you want out of life, you have to ask for it. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you. Don't be afraid to speak out. And I was so impressed. I was like, dang, all these meetings, I guess they paying off. Thank the Lord.
Isha, you forgot to take them.
And they read.
It don't matter. She's still there.
Yeah. What house don't need silverware? But I like it because it's red. Red is my favorite color. Red is my favorite color. Girl gave me some silverware. Thanks, Isha. Yep, and your cups. Okay, your arms go through here. Wait, this guy get pulled out. You got your little emoji cake.
Superman! Well, Superman. That's my chicken. I was scared to get up and use the bathroom because I heard something hit the roof. I was just scared. Santa Claus was gonna be mad at me. Now, a lot of people say Santa Claus is real. Let them think that. They might not celebrate Christmas.
Despite us being viewed externally as Washington, D.C., this very liberal, conclave of Democratic, council people who do, all these progressive things. The leadership in Washington, D.C. is completely dependent on developers and their money to get elected. The priority from our city leaders is not on holding people like developers who provide housing to individuals accountable for these projects.
It's one of the most segregated places in the United States, and there is extreme wealth like you wouldn't imagine here, and extreme poverty like you wouldn't imagine here.
I want to stay here to live. I want to see this mission that they're going to do. I want to see what it looks like. And I want to be with my neighbors and the children. So I would love that, just to be here and not have this kind of stress that we're going through now, that everyone is there and no one has to be replaced. And I do believe that we can win this fight, but it's just like raising a family alone. You gotta be strong. So this is like another family member we done added on to our family, is that we got to fight to keep it.